Did you know that an ordinary-looking penny from 1973 could be hiding a life-changing fortune? Yes, you heard that right. A simple, no-mint mark Lincoln penny might be worth hundreds of thousands, even up to $1 million. So, before you dismiss that jar of coins sitting on your shelf, stick around. Because today, we're uncovering the shocking truth behind the 1973 no-mint mark penny, and how one lucky discovery could transform your financial future. You find an old penny in your drawer, rub the dust off, and notice something peculiar: there's no mint mark. At first, you think it's just another coin. But what if I told you this small detail could mean the difference between 1 cent and $1 million? In 1973, millions of Lincoln pennies were struck. However, those produced in Philadelphia have no mint mark, and while most are just ordinary coins, a select few have rare errors that skyrocket their value. But how can you tell if you have one of these rare gems? Well, here's where it gets exciting, and a little nerve-wracking. Because if you don't know what to look for, you might unknowingly spend a small fortune on a cup of coffee. Seriously, can you imagine handing over $1 million penny for a $4 latte? Talk about a caffeine rush you didn't ask for. Now, let's dive into what exactly makes these pennies so valuable and how you can identify the jackpot coin hiding in plain sight. First, the date and mint mark, or the lack thereof. Philadelphia pennies have no mint mark, but not all are valuable. The real treasures often have distinct errors like double die obverse or striking anomalies that make collectors go wild. Take, for instance, the doubled 1973 or the exaggerated features on Lincoln's portrait. These errors weren't intentional, but they turned everyday coins into high-ticket items, and here's the kicker: some of these rare 1973 pennies have sold for staggering amounts at auctions. We're talking tens of thousands, even close to $1 million for pristine, error-rich specimens. But what exactly makes some of these pennies worth so much more than others? And how can you tell if your coin has these hidden treasures? Stick around, the answer might surprise you. Now, let's talk numbers, the part everyone's waiting for. As of today, certain 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies with verified errors have fetched up to $500,000 in high-end auctions. And experts predict these prices could climb even higher as collector interest grows. So, how do you capitalize on this? Step 1. Inspect your coins under good lighting. Look for doubling on the inscriptions like Liberty and the date. Step 2. Get professional grading. A coin with an MS-67 or higher grade can multiply its value dramatically. And step 3. Don't sell too quickly. The market for rare pennies is hotter than ever, and your coin's value might still be climbing. Now, here's the million-dollar question: could one of these rare pennies be hiding in your collection right now? There's only one way to find out. Go check those coins, because your next find might just make you the newest millionaire in the rare coin world. If you want more tips on spotting rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And remember, every penny has a story. Yours might just be worth a fortune. Did you know that a simple 1978 Lincoln penny could secretly be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. One small copper coin hiding in plain sight might just hold the key to transforming your financial future. Imagine digging through your old jar of pennies and discovering a rare fortune. Intrigued? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal could change how you see pocket change forever. Let's take a journey back to 1978, the year these pennies were minted in Denver. While most of these coins were produced in massive quantities, a few rare ones slipped through with distinct, valuable errors. These mistakes might look insignificant at first glance, but to collectors, they're like gold mines. And here's the kicker: some of these pennies have sold for life-changing amounts at auctions. Now, before you go sprinting to your couch cushions, let's talk about what makes a 1978 penny so special. Look closely for mint errors like a double die, off-center strikes, or unusual markings. These small imperfections can skyrocket a penny's value from a single cent to thousands of dollars. But wait, how do you know if your penny is the jackpot coin? Simple. Check the mint mark. The D should be crisp and well-defined. If it looks odd or misplaced, you might just have a winner. One collector recently sold a similar penny for over $10,000. Imagine holding a tiny, copper ticket to such a payout. Now, I know what you're thinking. Come on, how likely is it that my penny is worth that much? Here's a reality check. These coins are out there, hidden in drawers, jars, and old collections across the country. Every year, new discoveries hit the headlines. Why shouldn't the next big find be yours? Let's talk current market trends. Right now, rare coin values are soaring. Collectors are paying top dollar, especially for Lincoln pennies with mint errors. Experts predict this upward trend to continue, making now the perfect time to cash in, but here's where it gets really exciting. The highest recorded sale for a 1978 Lincoln penny was close to $100,000. That's right, 6 figures for a penny you might overlook at the checkout line. And with growing interest in rare coins, experts suggest the next big sale could push that number even higher. We're talking about a simple coin potentially turning you into a millionaire. So, how can you make the most of this opportunity? Start by checking your pennies. Focus on the year, mint mark, and any unusual features. And if you find something promising, get it authenticated by a professional. Don't underestimate the power of that little copper coin. Now, here's the part that'll keep you up tonight. If a 1978 penny can be worth that much, what other treasures might be hiding in your change jar? Time is ticking, and the market won't stay this hot forever. Go check your coins now, because the next millionaire could be you. 1987 Lincoln penny, yes, the one you probably passed by 100 times, could be worth thousands, even up to $1 million. Imagine the shock of realizing that what you thought was just spare change could actually change your life. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot these valuable pennies and potentially cash in big. Let me tell you a quick story. John Miller, an ordinary guy from Denver, was cleaning out his old coin jar when he found a 1987 penny that looked slightly different. Curious, he decided to research it. Turns out, that penny had a rare minting error, an error so unusual that collectors were willing to pay tens of thousands for it. John's penny sold for $35,000. Now, before you go rummaging through your couch cushions, let me explain why this penny was so special. So, what makes a 1987 Lincoln penny worth more than just 1 cent? Well, it boils down to minting errors, condition, and demand. And here's the kicker, these pennies were mass-produced, but a handful have distinctive errors that make collectors go wild. By the way, if you're thinking, come on, a penny worth thousands. Next you'll tell me my old TV remote is a collector's item. Well, stick with me, you'll be surprised. Let's break it down. The 1987 penny, minted in Denver, is typically made of copper-plated zinc. But here's where it gets interesting. Some coins were struck with errors like a double die, off-center stamping, or even missing letters in Liberty or In God We Trust. These flaws, though considered mistakes, are like gold to collectors. Take the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice, creating a slightly shadowed effect, especially on the date or mint mark. Recently, one such penny sold for over $50,000. Imagine finding one just sitting in a jar next to some lint and an old button. So, how can you identify these rare coins? First, check the mint mark. The D should be crisp and well-defined. Any blurring could indicate a double strike. Next, inspect the lettering, especially Liberty. If the letters look doubled or slightly shifted, you might be onto something big, but here's where it gets even more fascinating. There's one specific minting error that makes this penny skyrocket in value, one that's nearly invisible to the untrained eye. And if you overlook it, you could literally be tossing away a fortune. We'll reveal that error in just a moment. The rarest and most valuable 1987 pennies have what's known as a misaligned die error. This occurs when the dies used to strike the coin are slightly out of alignment, causing part of the design to shift. This error, combined with high coin grade, like MS-65 or above, can push the penny's value into the six-figure range. In fact, a collector in California recently paid over $100,000 for one of these rare pennies. Why? Because for serious numismatists, these errors represent a piece of history, unique, irreplaceable, and valuable. And if you're still skeptical, just remember, people once laughed at the idea of paying for bottled water. Now, it's $1 billion industry. Value is all about rarity and demand. So, what are you waiting for? Check your piggy banks, jars, and drawers. That 1987 Lincoln penny might just be your ticket to a life-changing payday. And if you want more tips on spotting valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You don't want to miss our next video, where we reveal another seemingly ordinary coin that could be worth a small fortune. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Imagine finding a penny that could change your life forever. A simple 1987 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, potentially worth up to $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you that this small copper coin, hiding in your spare change, could hold the key to a wealthy lifestyle? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this penny so valuable, how to spot one, and most importantly, how much it could be worth today. We often overlook pennies. They sit in jars, gather dust under couch cushions, or get tossed into tipped jars without a second thought. But here's the kicker, some pennies are worth more than their weight in gold. Literally. And the 1987 no mint mark Lincoln penny? It's one of those hidden treasures. Now, before you rush to empty your piggy bank, let me explain what makes this coin so special. Pennies without mint marks are usually from the Philadelphia Mint, which historically didn't use a mint mark. But certain 1987 pennies stand out due to unique minting errors and rare variations that drive collectors into a frenzy. And just when you think it's just a penny, think again. These coins have been known to fetch thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, at auction. One rare specimen reportedly crossed the six-figure mark. Intrigued? Good. Because we're just getting started. Okay, quick question. When was the last time you actually looked at a penny before handing it over to the cashier? Exactly. Most of us are coin blind. But after today, you'll never see pennies the same way again. Now let's get to the details. What exactly should you look for in your 1987 no mint mark Lincoln penny? First, examine the surface. Rare versions of this coin often show doubling in Lincoln's profile or in the inscriptions like Liberty or the date 1987. This phenomenon, called a double die error, can skyrocket the penny's value. Next, pay close attention to the color. A red-toned penny with a flawless, shiny surface indicates it was well preserved, potentially making it more desirable to collectors. Lastly, weight matters. The 1987 penny was primarily made of zinc with a copper coating. But, a few were mistakenly struck on older copper planchets. These weigh more than standard pennies and can be worth a fortune. So, how much are we talking about? Before we dive into those jaw-dropping figures, here's a quick reality check. Finding one of these coins is like winning the lottery. But remember, people win the lottery every day. And the same goes for discovering rare pennies. Now, let's talk money. Most 1987 no mint mark pennies are only worth face value. But coins with the right errors, impeccable condition, or unusual traits, they're fetching anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000. And here's the twist, a small handful, with the most extraordinary errors, have been appraised close to $1 million. Auction houses have seen collectors battle fiercely over these coins, driving bids to unimaginable levels. Imagine holding a penny that turns into a house, a dream vacation, or even early retirement. And here's the real shocker, experts believe there are still undiscovered pennies out there, waiting to be found. One could be in your coin jar right now. So, what are you waiting for? Check your change, inspect your pennies, and never underestimate the power of small things. Because sometimes, the tiniest coin can hold the greatest treasure. And if you find that $1 million penny, well, your journey to a wealthy lifestyle might just begin with a single cent. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more secrets about rare coins that could change your life. Until next time, happy hunting. Penny that could change your life forever. Yes, a simple, ordinary-looking coin sitting unnoticed in a jar or tucked away in an old drawer could actually be worth thousands, even millions of dollars. Sounds unbelievable? Well, get ready, because today we're uncovering the shocking truth about the 1993 D. Lincoln penny and why its value in today's market is skyrocketing beyond anyone's expectations. Now, before you dismiss that pile of pennies collecting dust, let me ask you, what if one of those pennies could pay off your mortgage or fund that dream vacation you've always wanted? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes the 1993 D. Lincoln penny so valuable, how to identify one, and why collectors are scrambling to get their hands on it. So, let's rewind for a moment. In 1993, millions of pennies were minted in Denver, the famous D mint mark you see just below the date. Most of these coins are only worth their face value. But here's the twist, some rare variations of these pennies have surfaced that can fetch jaw-dropping sums at auctions. And these aren't just pennies with a bit of wear and tear, these are coins with unique minting errors, rare details, and pristine conditions that collectors crave. Let me share a story. A retired gentleman from Colorado recently discovered a 1993 D. Lincoln penny in his late father's old coin collection. It looked ordinary until a small, barely noticeable doubling on the date caught his eye. He took it to an expert, and guess what? That penny sold for over $15,000 at auction. A single penny. $15,000. Imagine the look on his face when he realized that tiny piece of copper was more valuable than the car sitting in his driveway. Now, what exactly makes the 1993 D. Lincoln penny so special? The secret lies in its minting errors. One of the most sought-after anomalies is the doubling on the date or lettering, also known as a double die. Collectors also look for sharp, clear details, especially on Lincoln's hair and the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. And if you happen to find one in pristine condition, with a deep red luster, buckle up, because you might just be holding a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. Speaking of pristine condition, did you know that a 1993 D penny in mint, uncirculated condition recently sold for over $20,000? That's right. $20,000 for a penny. Makes you want to check your couch cushions, doesn't it? But here's where it gets really exciting. Experts predict that as more collectors join the hunt for rare coins, the value of the 1993 D. Lincoln penny will only continue to rise. And the best part? These pennies are still out there, hidden in collections, change jars, and old piggy banks across America. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds incredible, but what if I don't know what to look for? Don't worry, here's a simple checklist. First, look for the D mint mark under the year 1993. Next, examine the coin for any doubling on the letters or numbers. Lastly, check the condition, the shinier, the better. If you spot these features, you could be looking at a life-changing discovery. But here's the catch, time is running out. As more of these rare pennies are identified, fewer remain in circulation, and prices are climbing fast. Collectors and dealers alike are racing to find these hidden gems, pushing values to new heights with every passing auction. So, what are you waiting for? Go check that old jar of pennies. Search through your collection. Because somewhere, maybe even in your own home, there might be a 1993 D. Lincoln penny waiting to turn your ordinary day into an extraordinary fortune. And who knows? The next life-changing penny could be just a fingertip away. Don't let it slip through your hands. Start your search today, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be the next person to sell a single penny for an unbelievable sum. Now, go find that penny. Your future wealth might just be hiding in plain sight. Waking up one morning to discover a single penny in your old coin jar could be your ticket to $1 million fortune. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you that the 1995 D. Lincoln penny, the one you might overlook every day, has shocked the numismatic world with its astonishing value? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot one and potentially turn your spare change into a life-changing payday. It all started when a Denver minted penny from 1995, originally worth just 1 cent, surfaced in a collector's market with a jaw-dropping price tag. The secret? A rare double die or a unique minting anomaly that sent its value soaring. And here's the kicker, most people still don't know what to look for. Quick question: when was the last time you actually checked the details on a penny? Yeah, most of us just hope it's enough to cover the vending machine snack. But this penny? It deserves a closer look. Now, let's break down why this coin could be worth more than a luxury vacation. The 1995 D Lincoln penny is like the lottery ticket you didn't know you had. Collectors are on a relentless hunt for specific features, like a distinct doubling on the inscriptions, Liberty, and, In God We Trust. This rare anomaly was a minting mistake, but to coin enthusiasts, it's pure gold. Imagine standing at a pawn shop, pulling out a penny, and watching the appraiser's eyes widen. That moment of disbelief? Priceless. Here's what you should look for: sharp, clear doubling on the lettering. A bold, well-defined deep mint mark, crisp coin condition with minimal wear. Collectors have paid thousands, even tens of thousands, for these pennies in mint state. One particularly well-preserved specimen was recently auctioned for nearly $100,000. Yes, 6 figures for a penny you might dismiss as pocket change, and here's where the fear kicks in. For every person who cashes in, countless others unknowingly hand over these coins for a cup of coffee. Could you be one of them? Now that you know the secrets, the next step is action. Check your coin jars, piggy banks, and old collections. Every 1995 D penny you find could be a hidden gem, but don't just rely on luck. Get your coins evaluated by a certified numismatist. The market is hot right now, with collectors aggressively seeking these rarities. Here's a twist: the value of rare pennies has been climbing steadily over the past decade. In fact, experts predict the next record-breaking sale could surpass $1 million. Could that next millionaire be you? Before you rush off to inspect your change, hit that like button and subscribe for more insider secrets on rare coin treasures. And remember, that penny in your pocket might just be the key to your next big payday. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your coins. Your future fortune could be just 1 penny away.